Alright, so here's the story. So I bought a Hellcat, as you guys know and saw in the first video, but I purchased it from the dealer. There was a Carfax report on it showing it had some front end collision. Now the damage has been repaired, and I got in more in depth with the Carfax, and actually somebody had stolen the car, which I guess the original first owner was in Maryland, and they stole the car and took it on a joyride and they wrecked it. Now it wasn't a terrible wreck. I don't believe it was frame damage, but I have some issues with my front steer wheels. Now when we get to the garage, I'll show you the gap, and I apologize for the noise. There's a police van that's coming by. As you can see, crime scene unit. Anyways, and there's on my passenger side a gap that is, sorry, I'm opening the garage door. That is about a ½ inch on the passenger side, and there's literally like no gap, and my tire's close to rubbing on the fender on the driver's side. So I'm gonna start this up and pull it out, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Parking spot here so you guys can see, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about on the fenders. I found a good alignment guy. He's actually called the alignment guy, but he specializes in chargers and is familiar with actual like body damage and alignment with the control arms, upper or lower and all that, and as well as putting in, you know, aftermarket stuff, because he works with the police vehicles that are chargers. And so obviously when people are running from the cops and they have to do a pit maneuver or whatever, it causes damage, and so he sees this stuff all the time. So he said, well, really, it's no big worry, we'll start simple, and should just be control arms or something with the alignment. But if it's not, he's got a guy that's got a like a frame puller, and he can do all that work, and it actually has a laser system. Apparently there's not many people that have the laser for lining up the frames, and obviously you can't get it any closer than a laser. So let me jump out here. I'm gonna shut the car off, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so here we are, and this side here is actually the side where the damage happened. I've got my wheels turned a little bit, but I'll use my finger here as a gauge. You can see it's about to that first knuckle part here. That's, you know, like a ½ inch between where the tire is here and the actual fender. And then if we step back over here and we look at it on this side, there's literally like an 1/8 of an inch, and it actually kind of rubs my tire a little bit. So I've got to get this fixed. Can't have a high-end car like this and be doing the stuff that we do with them and running the fast speeds and not have it right. It's not safe. So anyway, here's the other side, and you can see when you can see here when I touch it, I mean, it's literally like right there on my finger, on my fingernail. So maybe an 1/8 of an inch, and the wheel kind of sticks out a little bit on this side. Now I do have 275s on the front, 285s on the back. And here's a get off track a little bit, but I love the way them seats look. It's just me. Dodge did a great job with the interior and everything they did. Here's my Instagram at the Cape Car Guy. So anyway, sorry to get off track. I'm kind of like a squirrel, you know, so my mind goes crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna take it to the shop tomorrow. I actually have, you know, another job other than just this YouTube thing, so I'll be working during the day, but I'm gonna take my Hellcat over to my parents, and my dad's gonna drop it off at the shop at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna try to talk to him tomorrow night after work if I can get off in time before the shop closes. If not, I'll go in and we'll get all the information on Saturday from him, so that way I can give you guys a good idea of what's going on, and then maybe he'll let me pop it back up on the lift and show you exactly what he's seeing. So we're gonna head over to my parents and drop the car. Alright, so I'm at my parents' house now. I got the car here. We're gonna have to drop it off here. And then tomorrow, my dad's gonna run the car down to the shop, which I will be putting on valet just to make sure there's no nonsense. Trust the people, but you never know. I mean, it's a Hellcat, so. Other than that, I'll try to give you some updates, and it will be tomorrow. Alright, so I'm here at Williams Auto Repair and the alignment guy, which he specializes in doing stuff for the chargers for the police vehicles, the cruisers that are used in our area, and he has done work for them for years and specializes in looking at subframe damage from whenever, you know, the cop cars have to do a pit maneuver or they get in an accident or whatever. So he's reported to me that the Hellcat has subframe damage, and that there's cam bolts in the place of the actual grade bolts that are supposed to be there, that the subframe has been welded on and beat on. So I'm gonna go in here and get a better in-depth look and talk to this guy, as well as get some video, all this stuff for you guys. So stay tuned. I called the dealership and they pretty much told me to go screw myself almost, so. Aside from maybe
one word changes all that.
I said that, and then
he
kept saying, lawyer, you keep saying that. I said, yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And the guy was like, well, tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. And I said, well, I want compensated on the price. This is a high-end sports car, so you're gonna have to come down 10 to 15 grand. Well, we definitely ain't doing that. And I said, well, you guys gonna fix the subframe or do anything? Yeah.
Come on down here. Let me show you what I'm seeing.
I can see all that welded beading shit over there.
First, this is,
yeah, here, let me get the camera up in here. Yes, sir.
This is unfucking heard of, okay? This is something you don't do. This is what it should look like, okay?
All right, okay.
This here, this has been stuffed and fucked up real bad. They've been beaten and grinding. You can see a crack in the weld right there.
I can see how the dealership missed it though.
Well, they didn't put it on a fucking lift.
Well, probably a line technician probably just looked at it, checked the oil, and said, all right, it's good, and checked it off.
It took me 45 minutes to get this car on a lift. They aren't smart enough and don't have what I have. They don't give a fuck about a car. They sign off on their 175-point inspection. I used to do them fucking things too.
Yeah, CarMax.
And I didn't check all that shit. I'm not gonna. You're not paying me enough to.
I hear you.
You know, really, think about 175 points. Get the fuck out of here.
Every button, every door, everything. Yeah, I know. I know.
I need a low light to be able to see it with this camera here. If you could pull that, can you pull that left? That'll work. Yeah, and so that's not even the right bolt, and you can tell that bolt.
That's a cam bolt.
That bolt has been, yeah. See that there? That's not right.
That's wrong.
Here's the.
I mean, a cam bolt's got way different.
There's the actual bolt that it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to look.
As a rule,
here.
a cam bolt is stronger than a bolt.
Gotcha.
These are 10.9. These are 14.9, 16.9.
And you can see the
that's,
damage right here. Yeah.
But the stupid motherfucker, now, you're trying to put more caster into it, okay?
Gotcha.
Positive caster is the upper ball joint behind. Well, If you're pushing that way, you're pushing the bottom back, you're going negative caster.
Yes.
So you're a fucking idiot to begin with.
So casters like this, if the wheels are straight, then you got one that goes like this and like that. Right? That's looking at it this way. That's caster.
Sorry, y'all. It's a big ordeal. My phone's ringing left and right, so.
Alright, moving right along. This bothers me.
Yeah.
That looks like someone put heat on there.
Yep.
Because this side isn't that way.
Nope.
Okay? So, you look at all the scuff marks underneath this, and then you come and you eye down this side of the car. It got hit there,
Oh yeah.
there,
It bottomed out.
all the way down there,
Yeah.
all the way down that right side.
Yeah.
You look at the exhaust. Those are gouges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing went off-road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can see the scrapes on the bottom of the pipes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On an uneven road at high speed.
You follow it right down here, you can see it continued all the way down the side. You're lucky you got the stiffening plate here. Now you've been to back here.
So it's hard to see, but there's damage all the way through here, all the way down. You can probably see these here. Scrapes and gouges, as well as right here on that side. And then
They look like that.
you can see that that bolt's not right, and it's cut.
This here was bent in.
Oh wow, so something came up here and hit it underneath.
This, I think, I'm sorry.
You're all right. Yeah.
I think this thing went off-road, spun out, and this part came back on something. How you didn't get that rack is beyond me.
Well, the body guy that I talked to, because he was showing me, because he knew right away, because the Hellcat emblem on there is not tilted right like it's supposed to be. He said, man, this thing's been in an accident. And I said, well, yeah, but how did you know that? And he said, well, they didn't put the Hellcat logo on right. And then he said, you see on this passenger door down here? And he showed me, he's like, there's chips, so something had pushed that all the way back up into where it was pressed up against that
That's where it went
door,
off-road.
Yeah, so, and here's, I'll try to show you the marks if I can. Sorry. I'll have to get it down off the rack here in order for you to see it, but, and I know the video's a little shaky, but I'm kind of shaken up right now, and I'm really, honestly, I'm just pissed. You can see here, if you know the Hellcat with the logo, it's supposed to be tilted right here on down towards the wheel, and it's actually straight, so it's not right. But let's go get some more information.
This one has got the number. You know, these, all the parts in this, it says SRT.
Oh shit.
You know, so this is specific for this car.
Gotcha.
This is not just Charger.
Sure.
It's not just this chassis.
It's SRT.
This
shit.
chassis
Yeah.
is built for SRT. It looks like all the others, but it's not. Now, your numbers are still there.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's a factory car.
Gotcha. And here
You
there's
can
not.
see it's never been touched.
Yes.
I think this got bent.
Yep.
This is replacement.
Yep.
Then you got a cam, and then this all bent. Someone has beat and banged. You can see right there that was ground on.
Yeah.
Why did they grind on that? Because the fucking cam don't fit. It's
Yeah.
not supposed to be a cam.
Right.
Let me
So
let me show
basically,
you
Jake,
what one of them bolts
You
looks like.
probably got like say 3 adjustments here. They added this cam here to give it a 4th adjustment so they can get it back into alignment. So you remember I kept on asking you, does it drive straight? When you hit on the brakes, does it pull it?
So they
left or the
fabbed
right?
it together to try to make it so it's as close to straight as they could.
Right. So whoever did this took the extra steps to make sure that it was still drivable and it felt like it hadn't had the set frame damage. So they went out of their way to kind of hide it. It's a little, you know.
Well, see, the messed up thing is that the Carfax actually shows just front end damage, but it doesn't show anything other than that. So whoever did this work, like you said, lied to either the insurance company as well as Carfax.
It's fucking insurance fraud, no matter how you slice it.
Right.
Okay, that is what it is.
Right.
All right. This is the bolt that belongs in there. If you look at that bolt, it's got 2 grooves. The corresponding part to that is made into that bushing.
Right.
Okay? Now, you look at the size of that bolt, and you look at the size of that one. That one's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Now, they did one of 2 things. They either put a smaller cam bolt to fit the serrations, otherwise the bolt won't go through. That's called a bat wing bolt.
Right.
And the same thing is used down here for camber and up here for caster. If you put that bolt in this way, it's going to move that arm more to the front, positive caster. Flip that same bolt around the other way, put it back in, negative caster. So if you had a pole, you could put one in one side going one way, one going the other, and you could get your caster split to do away with your pole. Because there is no with factory parts, there is no caster and camber adjustments made into the car.
Understand.
The only way you can do that is with that bolt.
Right.
And this is a joke, an expensive joke.
Alright, so just a quick update on the Charger Hellcat. So yesterday I took it to the alignment guy in Cape Coral, Florida, and he specializes in Dodge, like that's his thing. He does a lot of like high-end cars, Vipers, special cars, certain Corvettes, different things. That's just what he does. He's been doing it for 35 years. So initially I went to see if just an alignment would fix the problem with the wheels. And once he got underneath there, there's 2 bolts that in specific are part of where the subframe is, and obviously there's more than 2 bolts, but these were the 2 bolts that were supposed to be the same. Now on the left side of the car, the driver's side, it was all stock, all factory. Same for the arm that had the etching, you know, directly from the factory. And on the right side, the bolt there actually was rusted, and it wasn't the same factory style bolt. It was actually a camber bolt, which is obviously the wheel adjustment in and out. And they have drilled the bushing out in there and have taken and putting a bolt in there that's not supposed to be there. They have beat on the frame. There's cracks. They did everything they could to try to straighten this up, but whoever did this, I don't know whether it was the dealer I bought it from or the people they got it from, did everything absolutely possible to try to hide what they were doing so they could get away with it. Now I don't know if they got big insurance money or what, but it was not recorded. Alright, sorry, I don't know what happened. I had some issues with my camera there. But anyways, the issues were not reported in the Carfax. The frame, the subframe damage is twisted, and it needs to be replaced. Now, I contacted my dealer, and they pretty much acted like they didn't want to do anything for me. I mentioned getting my attorney involved, which I hope I don't have to do, but if I do, that's what's going to be necessary. And I asked them to discount the vehicle price, because obviously, you know, if you're a car person, that, you know, subframe damage or any kind of accident devalues your vehicle, and especially frame damage or subframe damage. And they said, no, there's no way, we're not doing that. We're not going to cut you a check, we're not going to work you a deal. And I said, well, are you going to buy the subframe at least? I said, well, we need a detailed report, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. Now to me, that's a scam. They said they did a 172-point inspection, of which their mechanics should have caught it. They changed the oil filter, which is literally right here, and the other bolt is 6 inches away. Your eyes are all right there, so there's no way, if the mechanic even knew halfway what he was doing, he would have saw that. So I'm waiting on the report. Today's my wife's birthday. He did get the report done, but I haven't been able to make it up there. He got it late before the shop closed, so I will be going up there tomorrow to pick up the report. But I just wanted to give you a quick update. So with that said, all right, if you guys like what you see, smash the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up or a like, and if you got anything or any ideas or any comments, please leave comments below. It's gonna be a rough time trying to get all this stuff together. I have to get this report and get it up to the dealer in Cincinnati, and hopefully they will do the right thing and what they're supposed to do, and they'll pay to get this subframe fixed, so that way I can have my car right. Without it, I'll never have a proper alignment, and it will wear my tires down to nothing. So let's hope they do the right thing, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks. Peace.